afternoon. Let me get my Wi-Fi on. CHIMAOGE Aka MAOGE here. Have fun. Once again, good afternoon. CHIMAOGE Aka MAOGE here. Let me stand. Oh, it's an important segment. Welcome to, I think this might be the second, well, let me not say that. I might have done more. But anyway, this segment is still in its early stages, but nonetheless, I've done it before. Welcome to Light Echo, or Okuko. It's another way to call it. What's that? That is another name for the god of thunder, and also the animal you tend to call the chicken, or Okuko. Look up Okuko Igbo language, Igbo language. Yes, that's what I tend to call that animal. Light echo. It echoes lightly. That's a big animal. It's my favorite animal. You can eat it, but it can also defend itself. Anyway. More cool. Yes. So that's one manifestation of that being. It also manifests as some of the highest caliber men in existence, okay? And then their counterparts are the love seats, also the seat of power. Those are the highest caliber women in existence, okay? Anyway, the point of this segment is I display my greatness while doing something else. What am I doing today? I'm talking about a scandal. I'll get into that. And then I'm also self-organizing. I think I'm gonna do everything, then I'll share the live stream and I'll see if I can do it again. That might be how I do it. So let me get my stuff out. And while I do that, I'll give the full greeting. Thank you for my returning viewers. Thank you to all of you. Every view is a blessing. Welcome to Inquiria here. This network is where, among other things, I show, my best version of all my ideas. And, I also show the final form of my music and my best art, things like that. Check out my music streaming on all streaming platforms. More coming out soon. I'm just fine-tuning my music making technique. But anyway, drop something. Now, for the new people, here are 3 pieces of information, because the number of the light echo is 3. Here are 3 pieces of information. And let me put up a short. Here are 3 pieces of information that you all can use to understand me better. First, as always, should I just give the government name separate? No, I'll just give it. First, my government name is CHIMAOGE Aka. You can look that up and then you'll just find me, okay? Second, my foremost nickname is Moge, Maoge. And third, my astrological sun sign is Capricorn. And I've registered viewers. Thank you very much. Every view is a blessing. Anyway. I'm feeling good right now. There is some tiredness, but I'm feeling good. Anyway, let me explain the 2 things I'm doing. One, I'm talking about a scandal. Which scandal? It's one I just saw on my feed here on YouTube and did moderate research on Instagram. It's a scandal involving the podcaster Lex P from the Poor Minds podcast. She also has her own separate YouTube channel. And a woman, it looks like some business coach, and I'm not trying to be pejorative here. I just found out who she is. She looks like some sort of business coach and influencer. Her name appears to be Toya Kent. And then it also centered on a man that allegedly they were both involved with, some rapper, and the name was like Propane something. I saw the number 713. Again, before I watched a couple videos about this, the only person I knew about was Lex P. Let me move. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about that scandal. Basically, there's some allegations of cheating, basically. But I just saw some other things there. Anyway, so there's that. And then I'm organizing myself. I have some papers here. Here's some of them. I really have 2 piles. One was in my right hand pocket. This is my right hand. You see it as you see it. and one was in my left hand pocket. You see it as you see it. So these both pertain to different projects I have going up on. I'm also thinking about my workflow. Anyway, point of Light Echo is for me to one, basically kind of like a baby anger segment. So it's like, because I want the anger segments, check out my previous anger segments, the anger segments to be more targeted. But when it's like I'm angry, I'm not totally sure why I'm angry, Light Echo. And then I can just do other things and kind of debut and fine tune things. Anyway. Let's look here. There's a project I'm working on that, due to my strategy, I'm not going to fully explain yet, but that's what I'm looking at here. Do I even have everything I would need for that project right now? No, because I didn't know that when I came down here. Okay. No way that's part of the organization. This is annoying. Let me just envision the organization. Actually here, let me read this actually, because I came up with the other day while working with someone. Shout out to that person. They helped me work. Their presence was good. I came up with some baseline worldly explanations for each of my networks. Because the thing is, I look at everything on a worldly level, a spiritual level, and a combined level. Okay, and that's the best way to explain it. Because I'm being real. I don't always like looking at things through that nexus, but it's easiest to explain things like that. Anyway, what's a worldly explanation for what this network in Courier is all about? One, this is where I put my coolest stuff. And two, this is where I put the stuff that I create when I feel at my best. And then on top of that, there's a lot of music here. So you should get the idea. Anyway, that's what's on this paper, among other things. Let me not show it. All right, let me give the rundown on the scandal as I see it. Let me call my ancestors. I don't have my maracas, but I have pens. Let's try this. Ooh, I like that sound. Calling in all my ancestors and all of their lineage connections, all their so-called in-laws, all God. And then calling in my past lives and new moves. Yes, AKGK. My whole G will wake up anyway. It's a listen guy. Every good spirit come here. Anyway. Look up IGBO language, Igbo language, so you can kind of understand the words I'm using, at least the reference one. Anyway, what do I think of the scandal? What's the rundown? Long story short, this woman, Toya Kent, and again, I want to say I'm not being pejorative. It's just naturally, if I'm not as familiar with someone as other people, the way I refer to them might be more casual. Forgive me, it's just the thing. But anyway, this woman, Toya Kent, accused Lex P, who's a famous podcaster, of having an affair with her, and these are her own words, baby daddy. And there were some numbers that were relevant here. She said she was with her baby daddy for 8 years, and apparently Lex P was with her baby daddy on the side, quote unquote, for 6 years. And then as a result of this affair, her family broke up. Let me move. Okay, so for reference points is what I'm talking about. Here on YouTube, you can look up Lex P, Lex space P, and then also Toya Kent. That's ToyaKent. You can also look up Poor Minds. And then some people have done rundowns on the situation. And then if you go on Instagram, Toya Kent's account is at, and these are all lowercase, ToyaKent, and then an underscore. So she posted 2 videos about this. The second one is longer, and she gives her account. Um, Two big things stood out to me. I'll just say this, then I'll do other things, and I'll come back. First, I think this incident is another example of how our society has a problem of including children in their parents' relationships. And this is what I mean by that. No matter what disagreements two people in a relationship have, it should not affect their children. And I mean, the parents should not structure their relationship in such a way that the spillover affects their children. Let me move. This is what I mean by that. Toya Kent, and again, just to be fair to her, she's not at all the only person who does this. But Toya Kent complained that because of the infidelity and then her emotional anguish, she had to basically uproot her children's lives. It's not proper. And again, I don't know everything that happened in her relationship with her baby daddy, but just because you and your partner have decided to stop doing something in your relationship, and that's all I'll call it for now. Just because you and your partner have decided to stop doing something doesn't mean your kids' lives need to change. I think we especially need to look at the practice of kids living in the same house as their parents. I'm just going to say this. Obviously, you should live close to your children and you should see them regularly, okay? And like they should be parented every day. But one, you should be parented, or children should be parented by a group, not just two people. And I want to say this, oftentimes, two people ends up just being the mother. Let me move. So they should not just be parented by two people. There should be a group. And there you can see responsibilities divided, right? But, you know, you don't literally need to live under the same roof. Let me give you an example. Two people are in a relationship. And this is an example of how things could be better, okay? Maybe it's not perfect, they could be better. Two people are in a relationship. They are in the process of having kids. Before they have the kids, they get an extra apartment. That apartment is a 2-minute walk from the one they share. When they have their kids, the kids reside in that apartment and 24/7 are being monitored, both by them and other people. What am I saying here? Because the kids have their own space and are always being monitored, they're safe and they are also independently comfortable. So even if their parents choose to separate or whatever, they don't have to move their house. And most of all, they don't need to hear couples fights. And I just want to say this. Let me not say too much about the exact Toya Kent. Sorry, her baby daddy keeps getting referred to as a rapper. I'll just call him her. Because I don't want to leave him out of the situation because he's part of it. I don't want to just name the situation based upon the two women who've been mentioned, but I don't clearly remember his name. But anyway, I don't want to over speculate about their situation, but based on what she said, it seems to imply that it was one of those situations where there was some sort of couples fight in front of the kids. That shouldn't be happening. Let me move. So anyway, that's the first thing that jumps out to me about that situation. And really, I'm gonna say there are gonna be three things. So you've heard that one. The second one is gonna be basic. I've said this before. I'll say it again. This is a two-hand criticism. One, there's no such thing as cheating, okay? Because monogamy is evil. So you can't demand someone to only be in a relationship with you. That's actually abusive. At the same time, people should not be hiding their relationships. It's one thing to, in the early stages of a relationship, not make too many announcements because you want to make sure that you have a certain level of togetherness with your partner before you present your relationship to the world. But it's another thing to hide. So a relationship shouldn't be hidden. And that's kind of the second point. So whenever you hear of a cheating situation, I think you should just look at it and just take those 2 points and just go, okay, whatever that wasn't proper, okay. And I do want to add this. Usually when people talk about cheating, other things have happened, and we just have a tendency in our society, again, maybe not in every case, but we just have a tendency in our society to just talk about cheating because people don't want to deal with deeper issues of abuse. But anyway, let me move. Okay. And then three, this is related to the cheating thing. It really seemed, because I actually watched Toya's whole video on Instagram, you can check it out. It really seemed like her issue, and again, I'm not saying that Toya is lying necessarily. I'm just saying that she didn't give full proof of what she's saying. All that means is that further investigation is needed for the public. So what does that mean? For me, from my vantage point, I don't want to repeat her points as if they're the absolute truth, but there's nothing to show they should immediately be thrown out as untrue, at least in terms of like the letter of what she said happened, okay? So just people need to investigate, that needs to be adjudicated. Because again, anytime famous and powerful people are showing up on your feed, we just really need to look into what's going on. Because if people are occupying your time and energy, we got to make sure everything's up above board there. But anyway, from what Toya said, it looked like her problem was not cheating. Her problem was that she didn't feel like she was her baby daddy's number one partner. And I'm going to say it like that. Because she said, because she gave a story just to show how she found out about the alleged affair. It seemed like at first she was going to quote unquote let it go because she thought that Lex P and her baby daddy quote unquote were not that serious. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But then later, she realized they'd been together for 6 years and she got upset. So this is just another aspect of what I'm just going to broadly call unhealthy relationship mindsets. Relationships are not a competition. You don't need to be... You don't need to be your partner's number one. Like, that shouldn't be the metric. You just need to look at yourself and go, am I satisfied with this relationship? One, like in terms of how you're feeling and what it gives you, not what I'll call romantic pocket watching, okay? We shouldn't be romantic pocket watching. And I'm just gonna leave it at that for now, okay? This is not going to be the last time I talk about this situation, but this is the first explosion. But anyway, I just hope it gets involved. I know I've been critical of Toya. I'll just say this. One, I'm not the best person to represent her just because I didn't know who she was before hearing about this. So forgive me. And two, she did say that she was in emotional distress. So my heart goes out to her. Hopefully she gets the healing she needs. And then I just hope this gets resolved and the public finds out what happens. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, let me just. Whew. Let me just share the live stream, and here we go. Because I thought I had more blank pieces of paper in my pocket, but I don't. So I can't do the initial organizing I envisioned. Let me just figure out how to organize this thing, yeah. Anyway, let's go. Hello back to you, Brenda Peralta. Thank you very much. Anyway. He hey ha Madio is Uakankwa Madio he hey ha Madio he hey ha Madio si say susa. Anyway, let's do the organizing bit. Ooh, prayer for stability. Ooh. What do you have? So it's right hand stuff. There's 8 new ideas I want to debut. I don't even think I've posted them in a short, which is a shame because I ended up dilly-dallying and showing them. But that'll be rectified. Ugh. It's my technique. I think I know what I should do here. Basically, I'm gonna put up pictures of the ideas in shorts first. Then there'll be a live stream for each of them. That'll be an aggression live stream. Then I'll just begin that live stream will be the beginning of the creation process. But these are not yet gonna get like full, basically they're not gonna get like full effort, I'll say it like that, pre-recorded, edited videos yet. They'll just be kind of like the raw ideas, just so I can get them out faster and then also gauge how people react to the ideas. So I'm gonna put up shorts displaying the ideas, and then through this whole process, I'm just gonna put up shorts talking about different aspects of the ideas. So it'll happen over and over. An initial aggression live stream, this will be on CHIMAOGE's comments now, giving the full idea. Raw clip, then another live stream highlighting the raw clip, Second raw clip. Again, both these raw clips will give the ideas. Second live stream to go along with the raw clip. And then each should actually, let me just think about this. Actually, no, never mind. It wouldn't even make sense for me to not actually give them. I have to think about this. Give me a second. No, I changed my mind. These are all gonna get full pre-recorded videos. It just there'll be the raw idea videos in the process. Check out the first ever raw idea video, the one about Neptune I released on CHIMAOGE's comments. It's the most recent pre-recorded video there. So what's this process like? And this is gonna be my process for every idea I debut. Short, initial live stream giving the idea. Raw clip, live stream for the raw clip. Second raw clip. Second, here we go. No, actually. Raw clip, live stream for the raw clip. Raw idea made from the first raw clip. Then a live stream to highlight that raw idea video. Second raw clip, it's live stream. Then there's the second raw idea video and it's live stream. Then after that, I'm gonna release, I've done one on CHIMAOGE's Comments America. Check it out. I also released another short there recently. Check that out. By the way, I just want to explain something. CHIMAOGE's Comments America is still very important, and I have big plans for it. I just haven't posted much there over the last year, but that's just because I want to raise my standard for the videos I post on that network, and that I also want to make it more clear that that is the network where I talk about, the black race, issues related to the black race, issues related to race in general, and then give out information about my race, which is the black race, okay? So I want that to just be more clear in the presentation, because really, this whole time, that's what I've wanted it to be. I just did not articulate it. So I want to make that articulation more clear. And then I also want to raise the standard of the average video I put there. Because I think part of the way to differentiate different networks is how much effort I put into it. Because obviously there's a baseline amount of effort I put into everything, but certain things require more attention than others. And I think whenever I'm talking about my race and race in general, I have to put my max attention on there, and I want that to be reflected in the video that gets released. So that's part of why stuff hasn't gone out there as much. I'm figuring out how to put together the max quality videos, just because, I don't want to misrepresent race issues, okay? And then along with that, I mentioned I put up one video there a few months ago, about 7 months ago. I called it a load up video. From now on, every final full-length pre-recorded video will get at least 4 load up videos, okay? I'm saying at least because as I'm saying it, maybe some will be different. But anyway, at least 4 load up videos. Think of them like trailers. I just want to use a metaphysically correct term, okay? When it comes to metaphysically correct terms, I'm working on what spirits tell me, okay? We need to get spiritual if we want to overcome English. Let me move. Yeah. So anyway, that was just an aside there about CHIMAOGE Aka MAOGE America. But as it relates to this video process, after the raw idea, they're each gonna get 4 load-up videos, and then you'll see the final. So that's my process there. And then each edited video will eventually. Let me just say each full-length pre-recorded video, that's including raw clips, will eventually get its own song, okay? Because I want to put out more music as well. So every song is going to be tied to a video, just so there's a visual component to it. And yeah, that's really it. It's just I have to think about how to organize myself. Really, the one that will be hardest is, of course, the final full-length video, just because there's going to be many aspects to it. So I just have to think of how to organize myself to put it out, and then how to not strain my resources. Yeah. But anyway, stuff will be going up. And at least with this method I've come up with, even before I put out the final full-length pre-recorded video, the one with all the extra stuff in it, the idea's out there, so we can do stuff to help people, and then I won't feel as distressed. So yeah. So I got 8 big ideas I need to put out, and then there's something else in my mind. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think I figured it out. The real purpose of writing on paper is to just give yourself something physical to associate your desires with. You actually need to always reread it. That makes sense. Because every time I find myself writing a lot, as soon as I pick up my head, I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't think what I wrote fully encapsulates what I want to do, and it doesn't fully motivate me to do it anyway either. Yeah. But yeah, there's gonna be a Greatest Man Alive segment. No. There's gonna be a Hand of God segment, or anyway, I'll just say this. I'm gonna make future videos about that controversy I talked about earlier involving Lex P. I think Toya Kent was the person's name, forgive me. And then Toya Kent's baby daddy. So I'll talk about that at some point in the future. I'll let you know when the next video will go up. Still have to decide that. And then I feel organized. I just need to get... Actually interesting. Do I want to get 3 or 4 more pieces of paper? Let me think. I think it'll be 4. I'm gonna get 4 more pieces of paper, and stuff will be happening. Let's see. Can I put up another short now? Yeah, I don't know. I might put up more shorts than I realized. Suppose anyway. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much. Let me give you a bonus piece of information. Once again, this has been a Light Echo segment. On this network in Korea, I've decided I'm never gonna put the segment name in the title again, but it's in the description. So check it out. Light Echo. Another translation for that is Okuko. And in case you're wondering, yes, it refers to, among other things, that animal that commonly gets called the chicken. And that animal we commonly call the turkey, which I prefer to call land eagle. Think about it, that thing's massive. Is something you can also call Okuko Ka. What does that mean? It's even greater than the regular Okuko. So you can call that an Okuko as well. Just you have to add some stuff to it. And that shouldn't be controversial. Those are obviously very similar animals. Anyway, the point of this segment is that I display my greatness while doing at least one thing. So what was I doing today? I was talking about a controversy, and I was also self-organizing. But I just want to give you one bonus piece of information, something everyone can easily hold on to for higher development. And I'm just going to say this: eat kelp powder. Eat kelp powder. Check it out. There are places you can buy it. Thank you very much. Once again, CHIMAOGE here. I publish music under the name of this network in Korea. And Korea is another name for Shango. He's one of the saints. I've talked about that before. Check out my previous videos. And those saints do not exist in a Christian context. I'm not a Christian. I just want to make that clear. It's just another name for ethereal beings. Yeah, English. Anyway, thank you very much. See you next time.